Yo, what up, my people? Good evening. On this Sunday, we are back. Welcome back. Hope everybody's Sunday has been blessed so far. I hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's feeling great out there. How's everybody feeling? Anybody traveling today? I hope your travels were safe. I hope everybody has gotten to where they needed to go. For people who are still traveling, please arrive to wherever it is that you're going safe. Even if you're not arriving there on time, get there safe. The key is to get there safe. Welcome back. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. If you're looking for a place to come to where there's zero nonsense, we have real conversations. We have mind of our own. We don't allow people to think for us, and we protect each other's. We respect each other's. Um, and we just treat each other with respect. And this is the channel that you need to come to and check it out. If you're not looking for none of that, you're looking for a channel for chaos. There's plenty of them to go to. Go find them. They shouldn't be hard to find. So we back to this boxing. It's fight week. LAMONT ROACH, PITBULL CRUZ. We got we got Oshaki Foster, Cool Boy Steph. We got Laura. We got Jenna Beck. Shane Mosley Jr. I mean, the card is crazy. It's a damn good card. So let's get into it. I got a few people that's going to be probably joining me, so we'll wait and see what happens. I've sent links out, so we'll see. But until then, let's get to this boxing. All right, so for my regulars, the newcomers, everybody who's just stopping through, welcome back to the No Duck Zone podcast, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right, let's check it. Wiz, what up? Babe, what's going on? My Alabama / Cali sister. What is the deal? What is the deal, y'all? Let me see something. Hold on, y'all. Before I get this started. Okay. So I've been so busy doing what I was doing. I didn't fall away from the boxing, but for a couple of days I was doing other stuff. So now we're finally back to it. I think the last time we was on it was probably last week, but I did tell y'all I was coming back for this particular fight, this card, which it is a great card. Probably not everybody's favorite, but it's a good card that PBC can come back with the end of the year, and hopefully we see a lot more from PBC in the new year. I like this LAMONT ROACH versus PITBULL CRUZ. A lot of y'all are probably thinking the fight is trash, but no, I got it. I got it. I got him. I got him. Don't worry about it. I'm just to clear it out the way. A lot of y'all say that this fight is trash, but some of y'all are the same ones that were supporting the Tank versus Jake Paul. Get ready to support the Jake Paul versus Tyson Fury. Excuse me. Get ready to support the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. So at the end of the day, I don't really want to hear what any of you got to say about this fight and maybe not liking it. Oh, Pitbull ain't done nothing, and he should, and Lamont should be fighting Tank in a rematch, and he should be fighting this guy, that guy. Yeah, well, y'all can say all that. Go talk to your mans about that. Um, I have no issue with Pitbull. I think this will be a great fight. And one thing about Pitbull, he doesn't duck any smoke, and neither does Lamont. And so when you look at this whole card, besides this main event, when you look at this whole card, right, it's not really excuse me, y'all, it's not really a bad card. And I'm glad. Oh, and then we have the return of Frank Martin. Let's not forget, Frank Martin is coming back for this. Yeah, disappear, y'all. Yeah, y'all don't want to hear it. Doesn't matter to me. Uh, so which I almost forgot for a second about that. So shout outs to Frank Ghost and Martin coming back. Jesus, I forgot his opponent. Same person who beat Gary Antoine. No, excuse me, Gary Antoine beat him. I'm sorry, my mistake. But this whole card is a dope card, man. Um, I believe this is at 35. I don't believe this is at 40. So I believe Pitbull went back down to 35 because he was at 40. And I believe that's where Lamont Roach is staying at 35. And right now, you look at how 35 is set up. We don't know what Tank is going to do, and I'm not really sweating that. A lot of y'all are, but me, I don't. I'm not sweating it. Yeah, the whole card. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like the card. Always. I got no beef with the card. There's gonna be people who's gonna have beef with it because people just look for reason to run their mouth and complain. But this is a great PBC card. I have no problem with this main event. I didn't get to watch the whole the build up. I'm gonna go watch it probably tonight because at some point I'm gonna come back here Friday uh, for the weigh-in. I'm gonna come right back here to probably talk about this card again. Um, I didn't get to talk about it much because I'm like I said, I don't like talking about fights a month before it happens, and then it kind of drives the conversation of having it when it's time for it to come. So now this week I'm gonna be all on it. I'm sure there's some other fights coming up this week too. I just can't think, but I know this is one of the ones that I wanted to see. And besides the main event, there's nothing more that I want to see than this Oshaki Foster and Stephen Fulton. Um, that's the one that I'm waiting for. The Oshaki Foster and Stephen Fulton. That's going to be a banger. Um, I think Lamont Roach had a great year. Well, we didn't see him super active this year, but just to see what he did March 1st was great, and it was amazing. And we thought he was, I mean, we thought he had it, right? And who knows? This week, if you all right, if you know what, if y'all ask me, in my honest opinion, BVO, what's up? If you ask me, in my honest opinion, this week should have been a rematch. I'm not beefing about the whole. I'm not beefing about it. But if you really want to get technical, but it's not. But if you think about it, yeah, this should have been Tank versus Lamar rematch. That should have been going down this Saturday, but it's not. And a lot of people are not okay with it, but I'm okay with it because I don't control what goes on. What up, Tay? I don't control what goes on, and neither do y'all. It just shows you that these fighters are gonna do whatever it is that they want to do. That's just how it is. So, uh, when you look at this fight too, it's better than what people are giving it credit for. Um, you had two guys that's been in there with Tank. Um, one guy gave Tank a better fight than we all thought, which is Pitbull Cruz. And you see, he wasn't going to rematch him. Didn't rematch him either, just like he didn't rematch Lamont. Well, I tell you what, Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach got a lot more in common than they thought. They got a guy who didn't bother to give him no rematch at all. D free. The link is in the chat. The link is in your DM. You know me already. Ah, there we go. Oh God, what the hell? Oh, hold on, free. Okay, yo, free. What happened to your logo?
I'm putting it up now.
Oh man, I want to say you gonna let somebody steal your logo? It's crazy,
I mean, there's a lot of people that want to meet me. So
huh?
there's a lot of people that want to meet me.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Let somebody steal your logo. Jesus. There we go. There we go. Mr. Big Bear. If you see this
Mm-hmm.
person, call this number 1-800. What up, though, free?
Ain't nothing
Tired
with it.
Ain't nothing, boy. You sound like you had a long day.
Been dealing with some stuff, but everything good.
Well, that's good then. That's good then. Well, whatever it is, man, we'll get past it. So this week is as you know, free. It's fight week. Pitbull Cruz, Lamont Roach. Um, who do you like in that and why?
Nobody in particular. Um, I don't know how Lamont Roach deal with the type of fighter that Pitbull Cruz is. Um,
Yeah,
I would say it's a 50. Lamont Roach could just outbox Pitbull Cruz, but Pitbull Cruz like to put a lot of pressure on his opponent. So I don't know how Lamont Roach deal with somebody that puts pressure on because he never fought that this type of fighter. At least I've never seen him fight this type of fighter of a guy that constantly put pressure on. We seen Pitbull Cruz get outboxed by El Rayo, but El Rayo did a lot of moving around the ring. That's not Lamont Roach's game. I mean, his style of fighting. He might try to come in there and imitate that game plan, but that's not his style of fighting. So I don't know who wins this fight. It's a 50-50. This fight could very well end in a draw. Um, so I
damn.
don't know.
You think it'd be that good where they'll try to line it up for a second time?
Well,
So you think it'd be that good where they could line it up for a second time?
I don't know if people want to see it a second time, but they could fight it a second time.
Question for you. I never read it, but is there belts on the line for this?
What belt? Don't nobody got no belt?
No, I'm just asking. I didn't
No,
know.
no. I mean, Lamont Roach got a 130-pound belt, but they fighting at 140. Don't none of them guys got a belt at 140.
They fighting at 40 and it's not 35, so it's 40.
Yeah, it's 40 because that's what Pitbull Cruz fights at. He
Okay,
fight at 140 pounds.
that's what I was figuring that because I was like, did he go back down to 35? And I'm like, did Lamont move up?
No, Lamont
So
moved up to 40. Because Lamont was already telling people, well, he said it in the interview that he was planning when he got the phone call from Tom Davis. Before he got the call for that fight, he said he was going to go to the sanctioning body and ask permission to go fight at 140. So that's where he's at now. He's at 140 pounds.
uh, which I think that'd be great for him because after a while, everybody makes weight different. Some people are natural at their weight where they don't have to worry about it, and then you got those that got to kill themselves to make the weight. Um, I think that's a better weight for him, and a lot of these guys are still growing into their body. So you know, I think Devin Haney had to be the worst one that I've seen, in my opinion, trying to make 35. I used to hate watching him. I used to hate watching him trying to make that weight. Lomachenko fight. I mean, the way he looked like a damn skeleton. It killed me to watch him go through that. No, but eventually, he couldn't. You can't. Not to say these guys do it, but you can't mess around with that weight anymore when it's time to move on. um, you have to take you got to take advantage of that and move on, or playing with your weight can get you in this situation. Even with this with Keyshawn Davis, we don't know if he's coming back at 35. I doubt it. I doubt it. He's still screaming about wanting to fight this dude, but then got this other dude he just called out. So we got to see how that plays out. I think it's good when fighters go up in weight. Yeah, I think it's always good when fighters go up in weight, especially when they know they need to. Yeah. So it's yeah, it happens. Do you feel some time free when you look at this and I mean, we don't have no control, but do you feel like this that when you look at this fight, you go, I got no problem with it because it is what it is. But do you feel like the rest of the people when they go, this should have been this should have been a rematch with him and Tank this week. This should have been him and Tank this week. Do you feel like that, or do you look at it like, you know what? It don't even matter to me. It is what it is. Seafood, I see you. Oh, freeze on. All right, wait a minute. Freeze on. All right, hold on. We gotta wait for him to come back. Something happened. Seafood, I see you. So, do any of y'all feel like that? Not that it matters. Oh, it should have been a rematch because like I said, people are gonna find a reason to complain. They said this fight is Battle of Tank's Sons. Uh, I mean, they can call it that, but these are two guys that he didn't bother to give a rematch to. So I mean, okay, what the hell? Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a
There
lot
you
of
go.
water there.
So, did you ever look at it like you have no problem with this week, but did you ever look at it like this should have been him and Tank rematching this week? Do you feel like that, or do you say to yourself, you know what, it don't matter to me. I don't make no decisions on that because some people are gonna feel like this should have been him and Tank, but it's not like it was Lamont's fault. But what do you feel like that? You feel like that?
No, I don't feel like anything when it comes to these fighters. I already told you I don't expect nothing from these fighters.
No, I'm not saying expecting, but because
Hmm.
some people, I go, there's no reason why anybody should complain about this fight this week. I have no beef with Lamar Roach versus Cruz. And if y'all feel some kind of way, then maybe y'all should check your man about it or start checking your favorite fighters about it because then y'all try to blame the dude why out of all people, why Cruz? Why not Cruz? What's the problem? These dudes don't take account on their fighters not doing what they supposed to do in the sport of boxing. You can't get mad with one man. It should have been Tank. Well, maybe y'all need to go reach out to him and tell him that. I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, I don't expect anything. I'm on the same time as you on. I've been in that time for a while now. People can't even ask me who I like in the fight because I be like, I don't really care. I've got so I mean having these boxing conversations sometimes with other people have so uninterested in picking sides or picking a fighter. I get to a point I'll be like I don't even get a shit. Like I don't care. I just want to sit back and watch a good fight. Whoever wins wins. Um, um how do you feel he's going to perform this week? Not asking you is he going to beat Cruz. How do you feel like at 40 he's going to perform?
He gonna perform well. I think he's gonna look like Lamont Roach. I don't think he's gonna do anything special. He's not that type of fighter. I think he's gonna look like himself. I mean, he fought at 40 before. This ain't the first time he fought there. So I think he's gonna perform well.
Yeah, I think he'll do just all right at 40. But we all know Pitbull is not everybody's favorite fighter, but he is. His name is what it is. He's a little Pitbull. It's just crazy to see him at that weight and for him to be so short. Because you know Pitbull's a little guy, man. What is Pitbull like 5'4", 5'5"?
They say he's 5'3", but he looks taller than that. He looked like he might be somewhere around 5'6". They say he's 5'3", but I don't think he's 5'3". I think he's more like 5'6".
Yeah, yeah. I don't know about him being no 5'3". That's crazy. I would at least gave him 5'5". Cruz will make him step his game. Oh, I mean, you you could be right, uh, seafood. But like I said, when I first heard about this, I had no beef with it. I had no issue with it, and I was kind of happy because when you go back to the fight with him and Take back in March, and when they did what they did with him, I felt like it was messed up because we all could easily say, yo, it should have been him and Tank again this week. But once again, boxing has a way of reminding you who's in charge. So we think sometimes as fans that what we want is what we're gonna get, and they've been trying their best to provide us with that. But sometimes that's not enough for the people who are greedy and go, because I pay for these pay-per-views and I do this and I do that, this is what we supposed to get. And like you said, Free, you have to expect the unexpected. It doesn't work. A lot of these guys are not fighting for legacy. Now it's to a point belts don't matter. The bag matters. You know what I'm saying? These dudes just want the biggest bag respectfully, and so they can go on about their business. Um, but when I look at it and I look at 40, right? Let's talk about 40. Besides just this fight right here, who catches your attention, Free, when you think about 40? And there's a shitload of names. I'm at Disney World with the family. All right, Jay Bless. All right, man. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself, brother. You and the family be safe out there. Um, yeah, it is a good substitute fight. I don't have a problem with it. When you look at 40 though, besides your fam, who catches your attention? Not asking you who you're a fan of, but who catches your attention at 40 besides your fam?
Nobody. These guys are doing a lot of ducking at 140. So don't none of them catch my attention.
Damn, Free. God damn, Free. Shit,
I
Free.
mean, I know Seafood would say Africa, but Africa, he's scared. He's scared of everybody at 140. He doesn't catch my attention at all. He's not on
Ooh,
my radar at all. I mean, I can't sit here and be looking for a fighter that's scared to get in the ring with people. I'm not looking for that type of fighter. All these guys are scary. I mean,
uh,
you got Africa got ran down on by Matias. This man said he wasn't trying to do the rehydration clause to fight Matias, and then he turns around and do the rehydration clause to fight Pulo and get. I mean, what was his name? the guy that beat Matias. I think it's Pudo. He fought him
Yeah,
for the rehydration clause, but he wouldn't fight Matias. And then you had Matias run down on Tio, and these guys are scared to get in the ring with Matias. And then Antoine called all of them out. He said, "I want to fight all of them." These guys won't even acknowledge Antoine. So nah, none of these guys catch my attention at 140. If I had to say anybody, it would have been Matias, but he just popped dirty. It would have been Matias, but
yeah.
I don't.
That,
This guy he
that
popped
changed the
dirty,
game. That,
so
yeah, he popped 30. Damn, man. Why? Like, what is up with these dudes? Everybody want to be the man at these weight classes, but nobody want to fight nobody. And then when they pop dirty, right, it starts to take you back. It starts to question every win they had. You start thinking about it, free, right? You start going back and you like, damn, well, you might have been dirty all this time, brother. And that's bad enough that these guys don't want to fight. Everybody's fighting and arguing on social media. And then when it's time to sign a contract, nobody's around. Like, I don't understand. Gary Antoine Russell wants Richardson. Richardson's bad. I mean, I thought, hey, Wiz, I thought we was going to see that. I mean, not like this year type shit, but somewhere in the future, I was maybe 2026. I'm like, oh, that would be great.
I told you he wasn't gonna see
But
it. Them dudes were scared. They're scared of Antoine, especially after they saw
yeah,
what Antoine
you know,
did. After what they saw what Antoine do with El Rayo, they used to seeing Antoine as a come forward fighter. And then they saw, oh, he does have boxing ability. Oh no, I'm not getting in the ring with him. No, sir. They
yeah,
no, they
I'm
scared to
not
death
gonna
of Antoine.
watching that fight to me. I ain't gonna hold you. Watching that fight to me was scary, and him doing that to what you call it, it was still pretty impressive to me because it was like, God damn, Gary, I ain't never seen Gary like that. I'm like, damn, Gary was on that type of timing. That was scary. So you think a lot of people looked at that? They was like, nah, I might have thought I wanted to fight him, but shit, not if he's
No,
gonna
I
be
mean
doing that.
they wasn't calling his name before he did that. They definitely not gonna call his name after they saw that. They were like, nah, he wasn't showing us everything. He showed us a sample of what he could do. Nah, I'm not getting in the ring with that dude. I'm not getting in the ring with him. No, sir. I'm gonna hold on to my belt. There's no rules saying I gotta fight him because I'm a champion. I'm gonna hold on to this belt and just fight my mandatories or make some voluntary fights. I'm not fighting him, and that's what these guys are doing.
And you know what? I hate that though, free. Because while we screaming out here, while we want to see the best fights, we get frustrated with each other when we having these conversations. But people don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And the thing is, you can't get these guys to fight these guys.
And that's the reason why I keep
I don't
telling
even
y'all these belts don't matter because all these belts is a
definitely.
reason for guys not to fight certain guys. He got a belt. I ain't gotta fight him. He's not my mandatory. I ain't gotta fight him. He got to do something to make me have to fight him. That's the reason why these belts don't matter to me. Everybody's like, oh no, the belts do matter. Yeah, they
No
matter to the fighters. They don't matter to me. I don't care. I don't care if you're a champion or not. If you a fighter that's going out there getting all
problem
the
is,
smoke, that's all I care about.
what kills me is people online can't say the fighters do. It might matter to you, but if it don't to the fighter, what you want him to do? You
Man,
can't, he out here trying
Seafood,
to
stop,
speak for the
stop it, Seafood, stop it, Seafood.
fighter.
He don't want to build his financial. That man want to build his heart. That's what he want to build. He want to build some heart. He ain't trying to build nothing financial. He ain't getting in the ring with Devin. He ain't getting in the ring with Shakur. He ain't getting in the ring with Antoine. He ain't getting in the ring with none of those guys.
So
That
how do you
man,
see it
he's
playing out?
off.
This, so,
I see
yeah.
Richardson Hitchens. I see Richardson Hitchens taking a cherry pick and getting slept. That's what I see. I see him taking a cherry pick, getting slept. I see T.O. losing his belt to Shakur. I see Matias. They just cleared him, so he's gonna fight this dude. He probably end up beating this dude that he's about to fight. Dalton. He probably beat him.
They just cleared. They just cleared them.
Yeah, they cleared him
Okay,
last
so
week.
that fight here.
They cleared
Okay,
him
see,
last
I
week.
wasn't keeping up with it because I was. Okay, so he'll be fighting January 10th at the Barclay. Okay, so we can get that out the way. So you know what? I want to go back. I want to go back to this week's fight for a second. But you know what I just thought about? They and you tell me if this makes sense, Free. And Seafood care to answer. They don't want no smoke with Matias. They don't want no smoke with Antoine. Can we possibly see Antoine and Matias get it in?
We could
I mean,
if
since I feel
if
like both
Mat-
boys.
I mean we could, but Matias don't want that fight neither. Because Matias said I he
Ah,
want to fight Tio, he want to fight Richardson, but when they asked him about Antoine, he said, "Oh, yeah, that'll be a good fight too. That'll be a good fight too." But he don't want to fight Antoine. He said he want to fight Tio, he want to
why,
fight Richardson. But when they asked him about
why
Antoine,
you
he
say
said, yeah, that'll be a good fight too."
why you say it like that though, Free? Why you say it
That's
like
not
that?
how I said it. That's how he said it. That's not how I said it. He said it like that. I'm just imitating what he did.
Yo, why your fam got people out, why your fam got people out here under pressure? That's y'all need to cut that
I
DC
I
shit out, man.
I told y'all a long time ago. I told y'all maybe 2 years ago. I said the real boogeyman is Antoine. Nobody is saying this man's name. He is the real boogeyman. A boogeyman is when nobody brings you up. Nobody ever speaks of that man's name. That's a boogeyman. You don't speak about a boogeyman. A boogeyman doesn't have people that want to fight him. There's nobody that wants to fight Antoine.
And you got a lot of these guys like Lamont, who's at 40. You got Cruz. You got a lot of guys. Eventually, we don't know if Keyshawn Davis is entering that place. We don't know what he's doing. You got what's our man Frank Martin, who just came in the 40. Out of all these guys, man, out of all these guys, Free, somebody got to be brave enough to jump out there. Somebody, Free, give me a name, Free. Somebody got to be brave enough to challenge. I'll take you, Mr. Gary Antoine. Somebody got to be brave enough. All these dudes going to 40, ain't one brave enough? That's
Yeah, one
crazy.
one is one is brave enough. The guy that he's fighting, the guy that he's about to fight, that's the only guy that's brave enough at 140 to get in the ring with Antoine. That's the only one. The one that he's about to fight.
Yo, Free,
They're
you
going
ain't
they're
shit,
going they're
boy.
going
I
to do
swear
they're
to
going to
God.
do Antoine. They're going to do Antoine the same way they did his older brother. They're going to avoid that man. The same way at 126 all those champions, Shakur,
Uh-huh.
Valdez,
Yeah, yeah.
Leo, all those guys. I mean, yeah, Leo Santa Cruz, all those guys avoided Mr. Gary Russell. They're going to do the same thing to Antoine. They're going to avoid him. They don't want that smoke.
We don't want the same thing that Gary, Mr. Gary went through. We don't want Antoine going through that, God forbid. But because after this fight, we don't know what's left for him out there. Um, and it's messed up that we don't want this man sitting around waiting for miracles to happen, and then finally, when like this fight that he giving up, people go,
Wiz, you can't say he's a high risk, low reward because he got a title. You got to say he a high risk, high reward. Everybody keep telling me these
who?
belts matter. So if he got a belt, then he's a high risk, high reward. He got a title. Everybody
Oh, you
keep
talking
telling
about
me that these
get
belts. Yeah, Mister. I'm not Gary Antoine. Everybody keep telling me
yeah,
that
Gary Antoine.
he's a high. These belts matter. I keep telling y'all these belts don't matter. Y'all want to tell me that the belts do matter. So if the belts matter, then he's a high risk, high reward because he has a belt. He's one of the 4 champions at 140. So if you beat him, you not only would you beat Gary Antoine, but you will also get his title. You will be a unified champion or you will be a champion, depending on who you are. So you can't say he a low reward because he got a title. Yeah, I mean that's what everybody tells me. Belts matter.
Yeah. I hope this case, and we're gonna bring this conversation back about Gary Antoine. We're gonna bring this back because I don't think enough people like to bring this up because it makes sense. But back to this week's fight. I think it'll be better than we.
Antoine got the WBA belt. He beat Leo. He beat El Rayo for the WBA belt. He has the WBA.
But you gotta say it. You gotta say it right. He beat the shit.
Yeah, he made El Rayo go on a daggone year vacation. You haven't seen or heard from El Rayo since Antoine beat him up. You ain't seen or heard.
Oh man.
He might want to go fight daggone Chris Colbert again. He like, man, that man
Hey,
whooped my ass. I might want to go back down there and fight Chris Colbert again.
come on now, free. Oh man. Yeah, I haven't heard. You know what? That's crazy. We haven't heard from him in a year. Not an interview. I ain't seen him pop up at a fight. But I have a feeling in the new year he gonna come back outside. He'll be back out because you know they can't stay away for too long. Said he didn't want the Gary Russell. He said he didn't want that fight, but he damn sure. Let me tell you something. I think Gary Antoine need to thank him for bringing that beast out of him because he was talking a lot of shit. He was talking a lot of shit about Mr. Twan, telling him he didn't
Yeah.
deserve to be there. You don't
Yeah.
deserve to be here. I'm fighter than him.
No,
Hey,
he showed that you didn't deserve to be there.
Gary Antoine said, "I'm gonna show your ass. I don't deserve to be here. Okay,
No,
I got you. Watch."
he said nobody really speaks about the WBA that much. I wonder why. Cause Antoine got the belt. That's why. It's like, I'm gonna go the IBF route. I'm gonna go the WBC route. I'm gonna go to the WBO route. I'm not going that WBA route. There's a monster over there. I'm not dealing with that. They got
People
guys
think that they
dropping out of the
could do this.
WBA sanctioning body because they don't want to deal with Antoine.
Not that these fighters care what we think, but don't they realize all this shit that they do? We see it. We pay attention to it. We see what you're doing. Like they be trying to skip the line and go around the corner and go this way as if we don't see what you're doing. And then we look at you. We like, whoa, 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 whoa. What you doing fighting this dude?
Hey,
What
but
happened to
I tell
this
you
fight?
what, one of these two guys that's fighting this weekend might be a mandatory for Antoine, either Pitbull or Lamont. They might be a mandatory for Antoine.
You
They
watch
might
your
be.
mouth, sir, because whatever happens, fight, it'll be your
And
fault. Yo,
Lamont
that'd be
had a
crazy.
lot. Lamont had a lot to say about Mr.
They,
Gary Russell, but he wouldn't fight Mr. Gary Russell. Go ahead and get in the ring with his little brothers. See if all that anger won't come out on you.
hey, aren't they both? Aren't they both from the same, not same area, like living it, but they both from DC, right?
No. Lamont is from Upper Marlboro.
Where's Lamont?
Mr. Gary Russell and the Russells are from DC. They live in Capitol Heights now, but they from DC. Lamont was born in DC, but he's lived in Upper Marlboro, Maryland his entire life. So he
So I
rep
tell you what,
DC, but he's not from DC. He rep DC, but he's not from
but
DC.
this is a good fight that could take place right here in good old New York City, huh? And that way, for you can come on up, or they could do some in DC maybe. We need more boxing out there.
Yeah, they could do it. I
What's
mean,
that
they could
arena
do it
y'all
at
got?
it was a couple of spots they could do it at. They're not gonna. I don't think that they will fill up the Capital One Arena, but they might be able to. I mean, I ain't gonna say might. They will be able to fill up the MGM. They will be able to fill that up. I don't think
Doing
they'll
that in
be able to
DC
fill
might
up
be a
the
little too
Capital One.
dangerous. Hey,
I mean,
DC doing it in DC, in my opinion, be a little too dangerous. I'm just saying.
like I said,
I'm just
I mean, LaMont Roach, he got people that love him out in DC as well, because his father and mother is from DC. So he got folks that love him in
saying.
DC, but Mr. Gary Russell and the Russells, they definitely got love in DC. They for sure got love in DC.
You said it does. If it turns out to be that way, and if we can get Gary, if we can get Gary Antoine and Lamont, that'll be a man. I got no beef with that. Now, do they have any history with each other, as far as the amateurs?
Nah, Antoine is younger than Lamont. No,
Younger? What the?
Antoine is the same age as Lamont, but I think Lamont came out before Antoine did. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he did. He might have came out around the same time
I don't
Antoine came out, but I don't think
What
that
did they?
they. I don't think. I
28.
mean, they never fought in the
What did
amateurs. Not that I know of. I can look it
they?
up,
Okay,
but not that I know of. I don't think they ever fought in the amateurs.
but
I
both
know. I
sides.
know who did fight
Both
Antoine in the
sides.
amateurs. He fought him 4 times in the amateurs. Richardson
Who?
Hitchens fought Richardson Hitchens fought Antoine 4 times in the amateurs and lost all 4 of them.
You just had to bring that up, didn't you? You just got. You just.
I mean, that's what Antoine said. He said, "Man, we fought 4 times in the amateur. I whooped your ass all 4 times. You don't want to get your lick back and take my title?" That's what he said.
D free. You ain't number. Boy, you a shit starter,
I'm just saying. How
man.
can you rep? How can you rep Brooklyn but be scared of a nigga from DC? That's making it. Man, that's making the city
Well,
look bad. That's make the city look bad.
you know, DC people want that life too. They're about that life too, man. Ain't nothing soft about DC. Ain't nothing soft
Nah,
about DC. Stop now. Don't make this about the state. DC dudes are not soft. For
I mean,
real.
I'm just saying that
Leave.
man, that man, he be talking about Brooklyn this, Brooklyn that, and then you scared of a dude from DC.
Hey, I would be scared for any dude that's talented, and if he whooped my ass 4 times in the amateurs, I don't know, man. I might have second thoughts on. I'm not gonna act like I won't smoke with him. I'm gonna try my best to avoid him, but I'm not gonna pop shit about him, and then knowing I'm not gonna get in the ring. That's what a lot of these dudes do. You pop shit about them, and then don't. I'm not saying he does that. A lot of fighters that do that, and it's like, oh, we gonna fight, and then it's like, for what? Why would I fight you? What am I getting out of that? I guess that's the new way of ducking. I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess that's a new way.
I mean that's what he said. He said Antoine got to get his name up. Like his name is big. He like you got to get your name up. I'm like nigga, your name ain't big. How you gonna tell somebody else to get their name up when your name need to get up?
Oh, you know what? As much as we don't think a lot of these fights gonna happen, I have a feeling that money talks and bullshit walks. I have a feeling, free. We gonna see a lot of shit next year that we ain't expecting to see. I'm not counting on it because I'll have the mentality and the attitude already. Africa is not Brooklyn. Yo, here you go, seafood. Now, when
Yes,
Coach
he
Lenny
does.
come and whoop you, seafood,
Yes, he does.
I
He
got nothing
rep
to do with
for
it,
all
seafood.
of Brooklyn. He reps for all of Brooklyn.
I ain't got nothing to do.
I mean, it's cool. Seafood,
Is that fight
your
this?
young boy ain't built like that. It's cool. We got some dudes out here that ain't built like that, so it's all good. He's just not built like that.
You ain't nothing but a shit starter, boy. I swear, free. Boy, free, you ain't shit. You ain't,
I mean,
boy. Hey, boy.
I just look at his energy. He got a lot of energy for Devin Haney and T.O., but when it comes to Antoine, that man act like that man is invisible. I just look at
You know
the
what?
energy.
A lot of guys got. Oh, look. Oh, that's what he said. That Seafood said. That's what I'm saying. Seafood. That's why Seafood said he not from there because he said the energy be different. Yeah,
That
yeah. He
man,
said the energy be different. I mean,
that man got a unanimous decision over Richardson. What does WWO stands for?
WO.
Yeah, I don't know what WO stands for. He got
So he beat
he
him
got
4 times straight.
not 4 times back to back, but 4 times straight. He got He got all unanimous decisions over him,
I
and
mean,
one of them say WWO. I don't know what WO is.
WO Seafood.
Is you going to run from him? I think so.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Pitbull, Lamont is gonna be great this week. Let's see, man. Somebody might come. They might have to see him.
I said 5:40. I said Courtney, I coming over to 7:30.
No, I'm
I was knocked out in that car. My neck hurt now.
Yeah, I mean, they had two fights back to back. One was a WO, and then the other one was a unanimous decision. And then they had a couple of fights earlier in their career. They had another fight earlier where Antoine got a unanimous decision, and Antoine got a unanimous decision. He got a lot of unanimous decisions over Richardson.
I wish Turkey Al Sheik would start a whole 140 tournament.
That nigga gonna
I
say
swear,
war out.
like they did.
WO stands for war out. He got war out.
No, Seafood. Damn.
He's
Not more out.
wiped out. Wiped out.
Damn. Whipped out. He said whipped out. God.
It was sour.
I would like to see the scorecards for that.
I can tell
They
you.
fought in the
I can
amateur.
tell, I'll tell you what the scorecards is.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
Scorecards for Antoine and Richardson Hitchens. They fought in Colorado Springs.
Okay.
What is this right here inside of this?
They fought in Colorado Springs. Oh, they don't show the scorecard. They just said unanimous decision.
So like this was
Why they don't show the scorecards? Well, if it's a unanimous decision, it was 3 rounds to nothing.
Oh, you see how they shut up? You see they shut up? Yeah, don't play about
It was 30-27 in all 3 fights. Or Richardson Hitchens might have won 1 round and Antoine won the other 2 in all of the fights.
Hey man, I might have to get your family in here. Me and him talk.
They all say unanimous decision, so at the minimum, Antoine lost 1 round. At the minimum, he lost 1 round because it was all unanimous decision. So all of the judges had it for Antoine.
I know.
They
I don't think
they
much
only
longer
fought 3 rounds. I mean, they only fight 3 rounds in an amateur, so the most he can lose is 1 round. So win a fight,
yeah,
the most you can lose is 1.
I don't think he'll be avoided much longer. Eventually, somebody gonna step up to the plate. Who? I don't know.
But I mean, you look at Antoine he's 3-1 against Jerome Businis. He's 4-0 against Richardson Hitchens. So I mean, he beat a lot of guys that people believe is good guys in the sport of boxing right now. Let me see who else he beat that we might know. Let me see who else he beat that we might know.
Yeah. Y'all, it's fight week this week. Pitbull Cruz, LAMONT ROACH down at 140. We also got Foster versus Stephen Fulton. We got Laura and Jenna Beck. Sugar Shane Mosley and what's that? Ramos, whatever.
Look like this.
We got a pretty tight card. Then we got the return of Frank Martin. Oh this week is out.
He beat Jermaine Ortiz in a unanimous decision. He beat Abraham Nova in a split decision.
Okay.
Of course, Jerome Businis, he beat Abraham Nova in a unanimous decision as well. I'm trying to see if anybody else that we might know that's fighting right now. Those are the only guys that we know that they have on BoxRec. He fought more than 41 amateur fights, but those are the only fights they got on BoxRec.
Oh. Um, Cool Boy Steph, O'Shaquie Foster. What do you think about that one, man? For you? How you feel?
That's gonna be a good fight. That might be the fight of the night. That's gonna be a good fight because O'Shaquie, he can box as well, and he got power. Cool Boy, we know he can box, and he's been looking a lot better since he's been with Bozy Ennis. I think that's going to be the fight of the night. That's a 50-50 fight. A lot of people got Cool Boy winning, but I can't sleep on O'Shaquie. I mean, O'Shaquie does fall into dang, I don't know what happened to Clarence. O'Shaquie does fall into those situations where he take rounds off. And he might let Cool Boy get too many rounds that he shouldn't let him get. But I don't know about that one. That's a good fight. I don't know what happened to oh, there you go, Clarence right there.
It said it went back to my shit. It said something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight.
Gonna heat them up?
Oh yeah. Um, when I think about that, I'm like, this is gonna be a real good one right here. This is one of them. That's why I say if you look at this card is not a bad card. We originally supposed to have saw this fight the 25th of September. No, 25th of October, excuse me. You know, it was originally on the Thurman and Fedora card. But it's okay. I'm glad to see it now. How much do you think Cool Boy stuff got left in the tank?
Originally, we were supposed to see it August 26th. It was on the Tank Davis Lamont rematch card, and then it got postponed because that card got called off.
That matter of fact, two cards got called off because the other one got called off. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah. It was
Man.
originally on that, and then when that fight got called off, they moved it to the Sebastian Fedor Keith Thurman, and then that fight got called off, so they or postponed, so they moved it over to the card, the Pitbull Cruz card. So yeah, it was
Thank
originally
God that
supposed
did
to be
get
on that.
called off. I'm like, how many cards y'all gonna call off?
Yeah. So yeah, they was supposed to fight a minute ago.
Now, after a while, these cards keep getting postponed. It's like, damn it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It becomes too much after a while. But this fight is what do you think about Cool Boy? What do you think that he got left? You know, I mean, you know, I know he's young. Um, but when you look at him, how do you feel about him? I mean, not just as a fighter. What do you think that he has left to do in the sport of boxing?
I think he got a lot left. I haven't seen anything. I mean, we had to see what he looked like after he got knocked out by Monster anyway, but then he came back and fought Carlos Castro. He got dropped, and then he finished that fight strong, and then he fought Brandon Figueroa and looked like a monster in that joint. So he got a lot left still in the tank.
Because the way O'Shaquie was talking to him, it was almost like, man, you know, because sometimes when people see that you've been knocked out or stopped or whatever the case may be, they tend to talk crazy to you. And you like, wait a minute now, this is me you talking to. Don't let that one fight confuse you. Because did
Yeah.
you see what I did after that? So but then we seen Oshaki for somebody who got in boxing. He got in the boxing late, but he's been doing great since he's got in. Um, what are your thoughts on him?
I think Oshaki is a good fighter. I don't think he is a level fighter. I think he's more of a B level fighter because he has moments
Yeah,
where he takes rounds off and he could finish the fight and finish on a high note, or he could get his opponent out of there. But I think it's something that he's lacking. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but he's lacking something. It could be the killer instinct. It could be the mentality. I don't know. I mean, he's an older guy now. So I think I never looked at Oshaki as a level fighter. He's always been a B level fighter to me. But I mean, a B level is still a very good fighter.
yeah. Um, how would you break down this fight stylistically? How would you break this down between those two?
Um, Oshaki is the bigger guy. He needs to keep Cool Boy at the end of his punches. Make make Cool Boy have to reach. And when he makes Cool Boy reach, Cool Boy is going to leave himself open. You make him pay. You're the bigger puncher. You're the rangier fighter. You're the taller fighter. You use your height, your size, and your reach to your advantage. You never give up your advantages. And that's what I see with a lot of these taller guys that fight guys that's smaller than them. They give up their advantage. That's the
Yeah,
one thing you can say about David Benavidez. He never gives up his size. He always make people fight to his size, and he's usually the bigger guy in the ring. There's a few times that he was the smaller guy, but usually he's the bigger guy in the ring, and he makes them. He lets it be known that he is the bigger guy in the ring. So that's what
yeah,
Oshaki has to do to make this fight a easy win for him. But I think he's going to give up his height, his reach, and his size, and he's going to try to fight on the inside. And Cool Boy has better boxing ability, far as giving different angles and things like that. I think Cool Boy is better at that than Oshaki. Oshaki can do it as well, but I just think Cool Boy is better at it because Cool Boy is not a big puncher, so he always had to be able to outbox his opponent. So I think he's going to use his boxing ability to maneuver in this fight.
yeah. Yeah, I was asking, how much he got left, not saying I see something where he should stop. But it was just a simple question because people don't admire you and love you as much as they did before you got stopped, before you got knocked out, or whatever the case may be. You got a few people who ride with you, but it seems like free. As soon as that happens, I know you see this a lot. As soon as that happens, people go, I'm not sure about him. Did in a way knock him out, and it's like, well, what the fuck does that have to do with this fight? What does that have to do? That's a part of boxing. You know what I'm saying? There's not a man that hasn't touched that canvas yet. Rather if it was in a real fight or in sparring, it's part of the sport, and I don't think we should do that. A lot of guys are just all of a sudden now out of the blue. Does he still got it? Oh, I like Oshaki, but didn't he lose to that what you call it? What was his name? What was the Robinson dude? What was the
Robinson
dude he lost to?
Kasakio. Robinson Kasakio.
Didn't he lose to him? And I'm like, okay, but
No,
what
he
the
didn't.
fuck
He
does that
didn't.
got to do with his next fight?
He didn't lose to him.
He
They
didn't lose
gave
to
the
him.
fight. They gave the fight to Robert Kasakio.
Yeah. So, but people will be like, oh, it don't matter. A loss is a loss, and I'm like, what, what the fuck do y'all be talking about? What do y'all? And anyway, what does that have to do with his next fight? So these are the type of idiotic ass comments that comes from these people. Because it's like, what does that have to do with this next one though? Let's focus on this one. I'm not worried that shit that Cool Boy went through. That's only minor. It happens in the sport of boxing. But let's focus on these two. I'm not really going for nobody in this one though, Free. Even though I've been a Cool Boy fan longer, um, just like the Devin and Brian Norman, I'm sitting this one out because I never saw Devin doing that. I didn't think it's not. I wasn't judging him, but just to see what he did was like. I know people say there's levels to this shit. Now I know what they mean when they say there's levels to it, and he damn sure proved that last week. And maybe Cool Boy is the one. Maybe Cool Boy will be the one to prove to Foster that is levels to this. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. But no, I did. Like I said, I said that's what Devin would have to do. He would have to put on a performance that he put on against Regis in order to beat Brian Norman, and that's pretty much what he did. I think the Regis fight he did it a lot better. Um, he was a little more dominant in the Regis fight, but it was still a similar type of fight. But I think the Regis fight, he was a little more dominant because he was a little more offensive. I think he was a little more cautious with Brian Norman because Brian Norman is a bigger puncher. I believe Brian Norman is a bigger puncher than Regis Prograis. Um, so I think he was a little more cautious in this fight. But there was moments where I thought Devin could have got Brian Norman out of there, but he didn't step on the gas because he was cautious. But I
Um,
mean, with this fight,
after
we
that
could
first,
see a
I
similar we
said,
could see a similar thing. It could be the same thing for Oshaki, or it could be for Cool Boy. Whoever believes they the better fighter, they can come out and say, "Oh, no, I'm gonna show you that there's levels to this. Yeah, you might been good at 122, but this is 130. This my division." So I mean, Oshaki could put on that type of performance to let Cool Boy know there's level to this, and Cool Boy could put on this type of performance. He's like, hold up, man, I was a unified champion. You just got a title. You there's level to this. So we could see it from either one of these guys.
I'm excited that the fight is still happening and it didn't go anywhere. Because after a while, two fights for a fight to get scratched off two cards is enough to make a fighter say, you know what, I'm sick of this shit. Like so I'm glad that it's happening. That's the co-main event, right?
Yeah, that fight was the co-main event on every card it's been on. It was the co-main event on the Tank Davis card. It was the co-main event on the Keith Thurman and Fedora card. Now it's the co-main event on this card. It was the co-main event on every card it was on.
They the two luckiest people I've ever seen in boxing. Cause I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I ain't never seen somebody where they off two cards and then the fight is still on, and then all right, let's move on to the next card. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Usually it's just like, all right, no, we ain't fuck this. Fight's off. We're not gonna keep playing this game. You know what I mean? So it's dope to see that. And then we got Laura and Jenovic at 60. Now, my question is for you, Free, because that man's about maybe a year or two, I think maybe the same age as me, Laura. Now, if I'm going to ask the question of how long you think somebody got left, it would be for Laura. And even though we don't see him active like that, for him to be the age he is now, I mean, everybody's not going to be able to pull a Bernard Hopkins off. But to see that he is the age he is now and still hanging in the sport of boxing and doing what he's doing at his age, um, what are your thoughts on him and what are your thoughts on this fight?
I think Laura's going to prove a lot of people wrong. Like I've been saying, I think Laura's going to beat Jenovic. I haven't seen Jenovic beat anybody to the caliber of a Laura. Jenovic has been beating a lot of guys. He's been stopping a lot of guys. But I've seen Jenovic get beat up in fights. He just had the power to be able to pull it out. But I've seen Jenovic get beat up in fights from a lesser caliber than a Laura. Laura's been in the ring with a lot of top level guys. He's been in the ring with a lot of top level guys. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like Laura is a bum or he's trash or anything like that. He's a guy that he's like the Michael Jordan of basketball or the LeBron James of basketball. He figured out how to still be effective without having the athleticism that he had when he was younger.
Yeah. Look at you, Andy. Really, Andy? Really, Andy? Like really, Angie?
Not today. Not today. I do it, but not today.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie though. His shit be like he done put some just from some shit on there. I don't know what Freebie got going.
This
He look like
joint,
he
this
put cooking
joint,
oil on his shit.
this joint matted down and everything right now. This joint is much fuller than this, much longer than this. It's matted down, everything. I haven't washed this joint in like a week.
Eat what you got in front of you.
Um,
Big.
we always talk about there was nobody at 60 for Jenna
Don't
Big.
eat that.
We
Go
didn't really
big.
see it.
You.
This possibly, this possibly could be the one. This could be the fight. Just for me. Shut up, man. This fight could possibly be the one.
No,
I
I
ain't got
think I
time for
think I
Angie.
mean, like I said, we saw Bernard Hopkins do it. We saw George Foreman do it. We saw a lot of guys. I mean, and we seeing Arthur Petrov do it. We seen a lot of guys fight well into their 40s and still be effective and still be at the top of the game. So I'm not thinking Laura is any different from any one of those guys. I think Laura still has fights left in the tank. I haven't seen Laura go out there and get beat up on and like that. And that might be the last fight for Laura. He might got like one or two fights left, and then he's gonna call it quits. I haven't seen that from Laura. I mean, we just seen him in there with Danny. He did something that nobody's ever did to Danny. He made that man Danny quit. He stopped that man.
And Danny was the younger fighter in that.
And
Danny's
we
younger
and
than
we
him.
and we just seen Danny come back and fight not too long ago. So people are like, oh well,
Yeah.
Danny was done. He was retiring and everything like that. Well, he just came back and fought again.
And the guy that he fought had been more active than what Danny been. It's been a while since we seen that Danny. So the guy that he beat was actually more active than him and shit. Nobody saw him. Danny made that man break his foot and he damn near knocked him back to Queens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
So
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I know that Jennebeck is a strong, durable guy, but do I believe he has the skills to beat Laura? He's gonna have to show me. I When I see a
yeah,
guy fight a bunch of nobodies and then they finally get in there with somebody, they gotta prove it to me. It's the same thing I said for Jaime McGear. Jaime McGear fought a bunch of nobodies, and people are like, oh, Jaime McGear might get Canelo. He's a big puncher. I'm like, dog, Jaime McGear hasn't fought nobody. What are you talking about? Man, ain't fought nobody. He just got knocked out by a guy that only had 4 knockouts in his entire career.
what fighter was they watching?
I'm like, dog, Jaime McGear
Obviously
hasn't
what
fought anybody. Oh, he was a champion at 160. Fighting who? Tell me who he beat for a championship. Oh, well, he did fight. He did fight this person. And what level of fighter that guy was? I think I think they brought up Brian Mendoza. I'm like, dog, what level of a
yeah,
fighter was Brian Mendoza? Well, you saw what he
that
did to
part.
Fendor. Okay, that's Fendor. That's Fendor. We already know Fendor gives up his height and he likes to fight on the inside because he can't fight at mid range. He just learned how to fight at mid and long range because, from what I've been hearing, he had laser surgery on his eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I'm like,
Yeah,
nah,
Laura's a
like I
scary
said,
dude,
Jennebeck
man.
gotta prove it to me. I don't think he's gonna beat Laura. I think Laura is gonna beat him. I think Laura might even stop him. Jennebeck doesn't have any head movement. He comes straight forward. He doesn't have any boxing ability. The only thing Laura has to worry about with Jennebeck is the power. That's the only thing he has to worry about. He doesn't have to worry about foot movement. He doesn't have to worry about defense. He doesn't have to worry about boxing ability and none of that. He doesn't have to worry about none of that. He just has to worry about the power that Jennebeck has. That's all he has to worry about. Well, if you only have to worry about one thing, that makes your job a lot easier because now all you got to do is just avoid the power. Just don't get hit with a big shot. And we know Laura is a better boxer than Jennifer. Yes, he's older, but he's still a better boxer.
Yeah, it's just amazing to be able to see him do what he do. And the crazy thing is, Laura doesn't even stay active like that. And I don't mean we don't see him train because we don't have to see all that. Sure, he's training, and that's why he looks the way he looks when he come back. But not to see a guy fight like that and take off, he could just be off whenever, and whenever he
No,
comes back free, like he left.
Laura fights just like any other older guy that's still in the sport of boxing. He fights once a year. Laura's been active.
Yeah,
He's been fighting once a year for the last like 5 years. He's been fighting like once a year because he got older, so he can't put his body through all of the training camps and things like that to get ready for these fights because he's an older guy. So he's like, hold up. No, I'm not putting my body through that. I did that in my younger years. Now that I'm older, I'm gonna preserve my body and I'm just gonna fight once a year.
yeah. Which I can understand that when you're 40 or 42. I can't understand that when you're 28 or 27 and you're fighting fucking once a year. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? You 27, boy. You should be getting it in at least 4 times in 1 year. At least
These
three, the
guys,
most.
the problem is these
Yeah,
guys do not know how to, they do not know how to monopolize because if you did the math and you realize, okay, I'm fighting once a year and I'm getting a nice paycheck once a year, which means I don't have to fight as much. Well, how about you fight one big one big fight once a year and three mediocre fights or three easy fights. So you can add on and that big paycheck, you don't have to worry about spending that. That could just sit in the bank. These other paychecks that you're getting three times a year is the paychecks that you use to take care of all the other stuff that you got to take care of. You might get 200,000 or
yeah,
300,000 in these other fights, but that one fight you might get somewhere around $3 or $4 million because it's a big fight. So you might get $3 or $4 million for those fights, but those other three fights you might only get like $200,000 or $300,000 because ain't nobody really checking for those fights. They're a bunch of nobodies that you fight,
yeah,
but you're staying active and you keeping your body in shape because you're still active. Why not do that?
yeah.
These guys don't think that way. They just think, oh, well, if I get one big fight, I don't have to fight as much because I'm getting a big paycheck every time I fight because there's a big fight every time I fight. Yeah, but you could get a lot more money if you fight these other guys that's not on your level to keep you active. Yeah, people might say, hey, he's fighting a bunch of nobody. Yeah, these are just to keep me active. I'm fighting a big fight once a year. These fights right here are just to keep me active so I don't get out of shape, so I don't lose my craft. I can get better at my craft.
They don't think like that though, Free. Um, we just like I said, we in the software era. Um, Social media has really messed a lot of shit up for some of these people, but a lot of these people messed it up for themselves because I can't blame social media because social media is, you ought to take advantage of it, but people taking advantage of it in the wrong way. But these guys are just all what they are. Just like you, I'm not expecting nothing no more. I don't expect nothing no more. I've been stopped it, Free. And
Hmm.
for the people who do expect, for the people who do expect something, or the ones that's gonna get like this new year coming up, everybody's gonna be disappointed because they're gonna look for more things to complain about. So whatever don't happen this year, everybody as soon as they get mad, they going right to their channels and they're gonna be hollering and screaming about it. Me, on the other hand, I'm gonna be like, well, ain't nothing for me to get mad about
Yeah, that's
because
what I
we're
told
not
you
gonna see
at the
nothing
beginning of
different.
last year. As I told you at the beginning of last year, no, I don't expect nothing from these fighters. Whatever they give me is what they give me. I don't expect anything because I'm not
No,
I'm not that I'm not that dude that's gonna be sitting here. Oh, these guys ain't giving me the big fight. Well, you shouldn't be looking for the big fight from these guys that's not been giving you the big fight.
yeah, I'm not gonna be here You know, the arguing, the screaming, and the back and forth about, oh my God, why is he not fighting him? He should have took this money. They should have offered him this. He should drop this belt. He should go, man. Everybody want to talk about what somebody gonna do, man. Listen, man. This card this week, y'all. If y'all ain't watching it this week, I don't know what to tell y'all. If you feel like that this Pitbull versus Lamont Roach is a trash card, and you're not interested in seeing nobody that's on here, I don't know what to tell you. That maybe you should go watch a Tough Man tournament. Maybe you should go watch Gilly and Wallow and that boxing shit that they do. Maybe that's more y'all speed. And I'm not disrespecting what they do, but if you don't want to watch this week and you're gonna find a reason to complain, then maybe you should go watch that. Go watch that.
Yeah, that's their
I
best bet.
don't see, I don't see nothing wrong with this week. Honestly, I like this week. Not just because it's boxing, because you know, if there's a card that I'm not interested in, I'm not watching it. And I have no problem with saying I'm not watching it. When the rest of the world is like, we're gonna watch it, because y'all like to go on social media and argue about shit. So you gotta watch it so you could be able to argue it. Um, I'm the guy that's like, I'm not watching that shit. I actually realized that I had to remember that Frank Martin's coming back. You
Yeah,
understand? I started realizing when I look at the card, Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. I start looking at certain people and I go, "Oh, all right, this is an okay card." And I'm hoping it goes the way you said for you with the main event, far as who could be up. Because at this point, it can't be no avoiding, man. 2026. If this is who you're supposed to see, you need to see him. If you ain't gonna see him, drop your belt and get the fuck out the way. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. It's getting to a point where it's either step out the way, drop your belt, or get the fuck out the way. Straight up. Um, because what it is, you end up holding up not only the division, but you hold up the sport with the nonsense. And boxing doesn't need to be held up no more than what it's been. So if you are not going to play your part, move out the way. Move out the way. Let the real fighters or the people who want, I ain't gonna say real fighters because y'all all are fighters, but let the people who want to fight who they supposed to, let them go ahead and fight. But you know, it's business, it's deeper than what people think it is. The sport of boxing is gonna be what it's gonna be. The business is gonna be what it's gonna be, and it's not gonna change for none of us because we don't like it. Or we don't understand it. Or we just spoil you because we want things our way. Doesn't work that way. Um, Now, free with Frank Martin coming back, we are familiar with his opponent because didn't your fam fought his opponent, right? The guy that Frank Martin's coming back to fight, didn't Twan fight him? And that
yeah.
was a fight.
Antoine fought him.
I think that
Antoine.
I think that they tried to say they stopped too fast.
Yeah, that's the fight that a lot of people believe that. I forgot who the referee was, but I believe it was
Black dude.
Tony Tony Weeks. I believe it was Tony Weeks.
Was it,
I
was it Tony
think
Weeks?
I can't remember. I think it
I thought
was.
it,
It
I
might
thought,
have been.
I thought, I thought it was that black boyhead dude. Like that black boyhead dude. He looked a little bit like underrated. No shade.
Uh,
With an
yeah,
S.
underrated. You talking about Steve Works?
No, not
Not the
him.
referee guy.
Nah, not him. I got it. He got like it's his name start with an S. It's not that one. I know who he is. I'm gonna show you him, but he real dark. He real dark. Tall, bald
It could have
head.
been. It could have been. It could have been. I don't know, but
But I think he changed it off, and the dude was like, "Whoa!" But anyway, Frank Martin coming back. Haven't seen him. We haven't seen Frank in about 2 years. Correct me. Correct me if I'm wrong. Last time we seen Frank was it June in 2023?
the last time we seen Frank is when he fought Tank Davis.
June 8th, I believe the date was of 2023, right? I believe that was the date. It's
Might have been. It
2
might
years
have been.
later. 2 years later, which I think at that time, oh, you know what? Correction. Remember when I said I watched guys to kill themselves make 35? He didn't look right at 35 when he was getting ready for Tank. You seen the skeleton in his face too. So, which lets me know that these guys needed to be outside of their weight a long time ago. But I understand why they was making weight. Now he's coming back at his proper weight, 40. Um, with all the talent at 40 that we've been talking about, what do you see Frank Martin doing at 40? I mean, shit, we got Keyshawn. We still don't know about Keyshawn. We hoping he be at 40 because there's a lot of shit that I want to see in these next year and a half or two. There's a lot of shit I want to see at 40, but I have a feeling a lot of guys that we see at 40 are not going to be there long because for some reason these guys just seem to keep growing out of their weight class. But what do you think about Frank Martin's?
Um, I think Frank Martin might be okay at 140. I think he might be okay. I just got to see how we look because he's been out of the ring for so long. I got to see how we look. I mean, he took a bad loss, so that could play a part. But I need to see what he looks like before I can say, okay, this guy is a quality opponent at 140. I need to see what he looks like. I'm not one to just give a guy a pass because I seen him fight before, I like him. I need to see what he looks like at that weight class because these weight classes are not something that you can play around with. These weight classes are there for a reason. These guys think, oh, because he was a great fighter at a lower weight class, he can be a great fighter there. Yeah, it can if he applies himself correctly. If he apply himself correctly, he
Yeah,
could be a great fighter at that weight class. But if he's coming in there, he's playing around and he's not taking it serious, that man could end up the same way he ended up at the end of that Tank Davis fight.
slumped over.
So,
Yeah.
oh, that joint worked
I
perfectly.
think he took that one ended up bad for him. That was a that was. But I'm glad to see him back. It's been a minute. I'm sure that take money ran out. So
Yeah,
he
that
realized it was
that
time to
could
get back.
that could be it. That very well could be
you
it.
know, that money, and I don't know where he got in there, but after a while, it's like, okay, the money getting low now. What am I going to do? I got this mortgage, I got all this, I got that, and then you still got family leaning on you, so it's like, man, let me get back. My family needs stuff. People don't understand. A lot of these guys get back in the ring not just because they miss it, not just because they feel like they got more left in them, but they got people that depend on them.
Right.
You know, families to take care. You know, you got a grandmother or something in the nursery home or whatever. It's a lot of reasons why these guys come back. Um, but glad to see him back. And then Shane Mosley Jr. He's on there. Um, I don't know much about him. I've probably seen him maybe once or twice, but I'm gonna
No,
still
Shane
definitely
Mosley,
watch him.
Shane Mosley, Shane Mosley Jr. He's a decent fighter. I would say he's like a C level fighter. Um, he does some good things, but then he has some flaws in his game as well. But I would say he's probably a C level fighter. The problem with Shane Mosley Jr. is he doesn't he doesn't have the right people backing him to get him out there and be in more um, meaningful fights and get the
Yeah,
notoriety. people know him. They know of Shane Mosley Jr. because of his father, but a lot of people haven't seen Shane Mosley Jr. fight. I've seen him fight maybe 2 or 3 times. So he's not being shown on TV like that because he got probably somewhere around 20, maybe 30 fights. I think he got like 20, maybe 30 fights. But he's just not being televised because he doesn't have the right people behind him. Let me see. Let me look at
Which that
Shane
sucks.
Mosley Jr.
And see, a lot of people don't realize that because they'll judge him off the rip. But if he's that good, or if he's Shane Mosley's son, we should see him more. Well, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. I don't understand why y'all think it works like that. And it don't work like that.
No, it really
I
don't.
mean,
Because
don't work
Shane
like that.
Mosley, it will work like that if Shane Mosley was in a position where he can put his son out there, but he's not in position to do that. He doesn't. Shane Mosley doesn't work with these network companies. He's not with the big promotional companies like that. So he can't put his son out there because he don't have the pull like that.
No, no. And I'm sure he would like to do more. But it seemed like after leaving Golden Boy, or for whatever reason, that shit, if he
Yeah, he got
Golden Boy,
20. He got 22 fights and 4 losses. He's never been stopped, but he got 12 knockouts of his own. So he got 26 fights. That's what I say. I knew he had like close to 30 fights. I knew he had close to 30 fights. I mean, and he fought some decent people. Let me see. He fought Daniel Jacobs. He got a unanimous decision over him. He fought Joshua Cooney. Got a stoppage over him. He fought Gabriel Rosario, got a majority decision over him. He fought Jason Quigley, he got a majority loss over him. He fought Brandon Adams, got a unanimous decision loss with him. No, I'm about to say I see Michael Moore here. I said this cannot be the same Michael Moore that I'm thinking about. No, this is Michael Moore that only had 18 fights. I'm about to say this can't be the same Michael Moore. I'm trying to see who else.
He said betting.
Yeah, and those are only notable names that I see on his resume. 3 of them he beat, 1 of them he lost to. Those are only notable names.
Damn. Well, there you have it. Not bad. Not bad. Now,
what's going on, Josh?
As far as
what's going on, Vay?
Shane Mosley, Josh, what up? As far as Mosley opponent,
Ramos.
now this is something that he's something different now. Now, what does Shane do about him now? Because this guy ain't nothing to play with neither.
Shane Mosley is about to fight. Oh, Jesus Ramos.
Yes.
Well, this is Jesus Ramos' first fight at 160. So we got to see how he looks at that weight class. But he's been a big 154-pound fighter. He was always big, coming in at 154 pounds. I don't know. Like I said, Shane Mosley has never been knocked out, but Jesus Ramos is a big puncher. Jesus Ramos is 23-1, and the 1 loss he got was to Erickson Lubin, which a lot of people believe he won that fight. And he's coming off, he's coming off, since the Erickson Lubin fight, he had 3 fights. A 9th round knockout, an 8th round knockout, and a 7th round knockout. He fought Johan Gonzalez, knocked him out in the 9th round. He was 34-2. He fought Jason Rosario, knocked him out in the 8th round. He was 24-4 and 2 draws. And then he just fought a guy named, I'm just gonna say Emmanuel, because I can't pronounce his first name or his last name. He knocked him out in the 7th round, and he was 16-3-2. So he's fought a lot of, matter of fact, since his, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Since his 10th fight, from his 10th fight on, none of his opponents had a losing record. And in fact, none of his opponents had more than 4 losses on their record. They all had double-digit wins, but none of them had more than 4 losses since his 10th fight in the game. And he is Jesus Ramos is 23-1. So he had 24 fights, and 14 of them were guys that had double-digit wins and no more than 4 losses. So he's fought a lot of decent quality opponents.
Oh man, Josh, you all right, buddy? I'll call you tomorrow, Josh. Yeah, that sounds like a decent opponent though, man. Sounds pretty decent to me. Sounds pretty decent to me.
Yeah. I mean, he, like I said, he got 24 fights, and 19 of them ended in a knockout.
That's not bad.
Only 5 fights went the
Pretty damn
distance.
impressive. Yeah, not bad.
Out of 24, only 5 of them went the distance. So he is definitely a big puncher.
Like I said, this whole card is a good card. I got no beef with it. I can't wait to Saturday. I can't wait. Tuning in. I'm gonna have my snacks. I'm sitting here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna have no damn tasty cake, so y'all can leave me the hell alone about that. But I will have some cake. We'll have some cake here though. Might have some,
you know daggone well you going right to ShopRite and get some tasty cakes. You're gonna get some ho-hos and some ding dings.
You know, Free, why can't you just let me be?
You the one said it. I didn't say it.
Damn. Why can't you just let me live, man? Damn, Free.
I'm letting you live in a poor man's world.
Josh, it was your pops?
Oh wow. Sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that, Josh. Jesus. I'm gonna call you tomorrow, Josh. I won't bother you today. I'll let it sit and process for you. I'll call you tomorrow. You're making me about to call my father now. Shit.
Yeah, I know how it is.
About to make me call mines now. Oh, that's why I say we be having so much real things to go on.
I was thinking about that young lady that lost her life the day before Thanksgiving with that daggone ambush in DC. She was 20 years old, working with the National Guard. They got ambushed, and the other guy that was her partner, he's fighting for his life in the hospital. I'm not sure what's the latest update on him, but the last that I heard, he was fighting for his life in the hospital. But she passed away, and she was 20 years old the day before Thanksgiving. And I saw the whole commotion. I didn't know what it was about because I was taking my wife to work, and we had to make a detour because they had like 4 blocks blocked off with the yellow tape going around the entire block from I Street all the way down to K Street. And it went from 16th Street all the way over to 19th Street. Yeah, I think it was 19th Street. Went all the way over to 19th Street. They had all 3 of those blocks blocked off. You couldn't go. The only way you can get past It's possibly if you was coming out of one of those buildings, they will let you go about your business. But other than that, you wasn't going down that street. So I was like, wow, right before
That's
Thanksgiving, the
crazy.
day before Thanksgiving, that's crazy.
For some of them, it was probably the worst Thanksgiving. Sitting around still trying to process that.
Yeah, I just feel bad
That's why I
for
be like,
her family expecting her to come home for Thanksgiving uh and celebrate with the family, and they get a phone call the night before saying that they lost their daughter.
well, it was
I
like the
know.
grandmother who got killed out. The grandmother that got killed out here in home. She gets killed, I think, was Mother's Day week, or was it before Mother's Day? But it was in the month of May. And we like, damn, they might have just messed their Mother's Day up. And then, like holidays and all that, Christmas and all that. People don't
Yeah,
think, and this is why I be like, we got that we go through in real life. Ain't nobody got time to be on these channels arguing with you moist ass dudes. We
yeah.
don't have time for that. We got my that's that we gonna pray for. We got people that's going through stuff that that's why we don't come here for that. We don't come to YouTube. We come to YouTube to get some of that shit off our mind and to talk about it. We don't come here to you think we got time to be going back and forth with y'all, man?
Not
Some
at
of y'all will
all.
never get it and never you're never gonna get it and understand. And this is why some of y'all will continue to be in that position. I ain't tell you free. I had two people I had to throw out today, man.
You had two people that you had to what?
I had two people I had to throw out today. I had to take their wrenches from them and throw them out. The
Mm.
second one didn't have to be thrown out because the second one wanted to be a flunky to the first one. I said, well, you can get the fuck out too. It just shows you that people are just, I'm going to tell you who though. I ain't going to be messy. You know what I mean? But people are just insane. Vay was there,
Wow.
insane. Because it just shows you that people don't care about particular channels. Only thing they care about is attention. Nobody cares about protecting their channel. All I care is about, as long as the attention is on me, I don't care how my channels ran. I just want everybody to know I got a channel and everybody's welcome. Okay. But if you have that type of mentality, you don't need to be the fuck over here. You just don't. Because I'm going to make sure my family over here, you, they, and anybody else is never disrespected. And anytime free, you have to go to somebody's channel and the host is not holding the person responsible that's disrespecting you, and you over there supporting them, you over there hitting a cash app, or even if you're not sending them no money, if you're over there faithfully and you're being targeted and the host doesn't say anything to them and they just telling you, a free, I can't stop no grown people for dissing you. I can't stop grown people from talking about you free. I mean, people, it's open season over here. If you walk over here and you get hit, you got to defend yourself. Shit crazy. Don't work like that. We're not talking about making jokes with each other. We're talking about disrespect.
Mm.
So, if disrespect is cool and you don't see nothing wrong with it until it's on you, then yeah, you don't belong here. Because I told people, once you know Doug's own family, your family for life until you decide you don't want to be anymore. I guess people decided they didn't want to be anymore. Yeah, you got to watch the replay from this morning. Go back to this morning show. And this morning show was cool. It's just that we were trying to do what we do, not telling people what to do, because the person we were talking to already lost their channel one time. So wouldn't you have not learned? You just lost your channel.
Mm.
You just lost your channel and just went and did another one. So if you lost your shit and we're telling you why you lost it, wouldn't you wouldn't you say, you know what? These brothers might be right. I might want to switch up on what I do because that's how I lost my channel the first fucking time. No, I'm going to continue to run it like I ran it the first time. So if it gets taken away, I guess I'll go start a new one. Man, I'm through with giving you punk ass motherfuckers advice. I'm not doing it no more. I don't care what you do. Lose your channel. I can care less what y'all do. Don't slide up in D Freeze DM. Don't slide up in mine. Talk about, yo, can you believe that they took my channel?
Mm.
Don't do it. I don't, because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And when they do, I'm not wishing nothing on nobody. But when they do, I want to hear it. Because what do me and D Free know? What do we know? We just up here because we don't have nothing else better to do with our lives. We've been doing this. Yes, there's been people doing this longer than us. Some people been on YouTube 10 years, maybe just a little more. But we've been on here long enough. We've been on here long enough to know that if somebody feels some kind of way towards you, they can report you. You speak about somebody's sexuality, anything that makes somebody feel some kind of way, it goes against the YouTube guidelines. Even if YouTube don't catch it, if the person happens to catch it, they're gonna report your ass. Now it depends on what you're saying in there, because YouTube might not necessarily probably go with it. Oh, we don't see a reason to block this person because we don't see what it is that they said. It doesn't go against our policy. But there's certain things that, yeah, oh yeah, you know what, Mr. Such and such, you did this 2 or 3 times. Now you're officially blocked. But yeah, I ain't gotta listen. Um, who we got? Roach or Cruz? I
Mm.
said I wasn't gonna pick, God damn it, but I can't
Mm.
pick on this one.
Oh,
Um, I'm gonna let you go first. I know you don't really pick, but who do you think? I'll let you go first, for you. I'm gonna sit and think about that one for a
um,
second.
a part of. I mean, my first thought is Lamont Roach is going to get a split decision, but then I also think that there's a chance that Pitbull could win the fight. I don't even know if it's an upset because I'm not sure who's the favorite in this fight. So I'm not even sure if it's an upset. But there's a chance that Pitbull could wins the fight. But I think Lamont Roach probably win by a split decision. I don't think he's going to get a unanimous decision. I think it's going to be split.
Yeah, yeah, Josh. Um, but big following or small following, Josh. The respect has to be there. I don't care if you got 200 subscribers. The respect needs to be there, and some of these people with channels, they're just gonna find out the hard way. I just don't want people to call me when it happens because I don't give two shits. Um, you're on your own. Going into 2026, I'm not having no more of these conversations. I promise y'all. All these people that y'all heard us talk about, I promise y'all, I'm not bringing certain people up names no more. I'm not taking shots at nobody no more. I'm not doing that. When we on January 1st of 2026, I'm on a whole different type of level. I don't even give a shit. I think Golden Boy and WBC are trying to get Pitbull a belt. I hope there isn't a controversial decision if Roach wins. Oh, well, you know what? I never thought about that. I don't know that. I never thought about that. Them trying to do that for him. See, this is why I like when people come in here because they give you something to think about. I never thought about that right there. Might be on to something. Let's see. Because I'm telling you, there's always either if it ain't the referee that fucks these fights up, it's the damn judges. It's like you can. It's like fight. It's almost free. It's almost like wrestling. Some of this should be already set up. Swear some of this should be set up already. Where you be like, man, I knew they was up to no good. When Matthias popped, WBC was already to hand Cruz the belt. Cruz is their guy for sure. Yeah, yeah, man. That's
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they wanted to do it, but they said it wasn't enough to say he was juicing. But yeah, I mean, we already know that Suleiman he always in favor of the Mexican fighters. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to find
Yeah,
a way to get Pitbull Cruz the belt.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna take it back to this, and I'm gonna think about what he said now that he made this comment. And I'm gonna be Saturday like, God damn it, he said it. Damn it, he said it. Because you can never be surprised. Roach gotta come stop Cruz. Yeah, you might have a point. He might have to stop Cruz ass, but I ain't gonna lie. Cruz head harder than a damn concrete. Swear to God, that dude. I don't know what that like. Pause. I don't know what that dude's
Yeah,
head made out of, but
that's the thing.
he gonna have to punch his.
If Lamont Roach gotta stop Pitbull Cruz in order to win the fight, Lamont Roach ain't gonna win that fight because Pitbull Cruz has never been stopped, and he's been beat up in a lot of fights, and he's never been stopped.
You think
I
it's?
think he got 3 losses, and all of
Hey,
those losses came by decision.
he said Cruz got the Omega. No, not the Omega. God damn, not the Omega. Yo, hell nah. Stop it. Damn it. Um, hey, who knows, man? Boxing, we see a lot of things happen, man. Who knows? Who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? It's gonna be a good. Everybody tune in this week. Free. When you back on, man? When you and BBO back on? Y'all on tonight? Yeah, that would be a good one too.
Uh,
We just talked about Force versus. It's gonna be
we
this card is a good card.
we might go on later on tonight. I'm not sure. I gotta see. We might go on later on tonight. But I know we definitely will be back on Monday.
I
We
should get the
definitely will be back
notifications.
on tomorrow.
I'm not sure. I don't think I'm gonna have a morning chop up in the morning. I don't know. I keep saying unless I'm getting up 7:30 and doing it, then I'm not gonna feel like doing it at 8 o'clock. When y'all going live again? Honestly, I'll be live tomorrow afternoon. We're gonna talk more boxing about 6:05. I'll tell my people about the stream. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'll be live tomorrow 6:05 p.m. I appreciate you for subscribing and telling the people. I appreciate it. Thank you. Make sure you guys like, share, free. Thank you for coming up here.
Most definitely.
We all went through something. Josh Sanders, I love you, my brother. Whatever you're going through, you know what you're going through. We know what you're going through, and I'm gonna holler at you about that behind scenes. Same thing with you, free. Whatever it is, we gonna fight it. We gonna shake it off. We gonna enjoy these holidays, and we gonna look forward to the new year. So I will see you,
Most
brothers,
definitely.
tomorrow.
No, I was saying most definitely. I'm
Yeah, love
always
you
gonna
too.
stay in good spirits.
Love y'all. Listen, I love y'all, and there's nothing wrong with the men telling men that they love them. So I'm telling you right now, for all you goofy ass people that be like, "Yo, man, that's kind of crazy." You telling brothers that you love them. I don't even tell my own brother. Man, get the fuck out of here. Shut up. Shut up. And why you at it? Why you at it? Like, share, subscribe. How about that? Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. See you tomorrow. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.
Peace.